national policy on plastic waste management aimed at reducing plastic consumption, promoting recycling, and encouraging environmental innovation. He highlighted the need for innovation, noting that the potential is to create green jobs while addressing pollution. He commended youth groups and environmental clubs for their activism and encouraged more grassroots awareness campaigns to drive behavioral change.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate World Environmental Day today, I would like to assure you that the federal government of Nigeria, under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is committed to a cleaner, greener, and more resilient environment, in line with the renewed hope agenda. We are taking decisive steps to address public pollution at all levels. The Federal Ministry of Environment has developed and is implementing national policy on plastic waste management. Our memo was approved by the Council, and we have been trying to come up with a framework for trying to implement that. We provide
The President, Economic Community of West African Commission, Omar Toure, who was represented by Director for Environment and Natural Resources, Bernard Kofi, delivered a regional perspective on the crisis. Kofi reviewed that West Africa generates nearly 8 million tons of plastic waste annually, with 80% of it mismanaged. He warned that this poses serious risks to public health, the environment, and economic development. He described plastic pollution as a shared regional challenge, particularly affecting coastal nations. Kofi highlighted the 2023 ECOWAS regional regulation on plastics and urged member states to harmonize legislature, embrace
like ban of single-use plastic, and also to hold producers accountable to the very last mile of the lifespan of the plastic being produced. And apart from that, encourage circular economy, whereby our people are encouraged to recycle, reuse, and also uptake most of these plastic products by encouraging youth industries or small cottage industries to see how they can recycle. They need government empowerment, backing, and also private sector encouragement too, like funding, to also make this happen. Government must stand firm on policies and make sure it's being implemented.
Other speakers echoed the call for unity, innovation, and sustained commitment to environmental protection, reminding attendees that Earth remains our only home. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
Joint Admission and Matriculation Board (JAM) has announced stringent sanctions against individuals and computer-based test centers found guilty of infractions during its registration and examination processes. JAM Registrar Professor Ishak Oluyede disclosed this during a stakeholders meeting on examination infractions held in Abuja. Priscilla Obasi completes the story. The JAM Registrar, Professor Ishak Oluyede, says any registrant found
them to re-engage the center. That is, we will not allow any of these centers to do anything with us until they bring a certificate, a letter from a federal institution closest to that center that their staff had been trained on ethical standards. That is, for instance, you are in Bayelsa, there is Federal University of Otuoke. There must be a letter from the university about training your staff on ethical standard and ethical practice. In that case, we would then allow you to continue.
Tackle malpractice firmly and end discriminatory practices in Nigeria's legal system. He advocated for strict enforcement of laws against offences such as impersonation and examination fraud.
Apart from the examination malpractices, what we've done under the criminal code is forgery, impersonation. You are supposed to go to prison. Actually, when the registrar started, I said, why do we even have to call you? Because the registrar is aware.
Bashir Gumel, Deputy Provost of Chikora's CBT Center, Bubura, Jigawa State, one of the affected centers, revealed that a local community had been set up to address infractions, and the committee reportedly summoned those individuals, secured confessions, and committed, seeing its critical role as a first employment opportunity for young people in the area.
There we have summoned all of them to come for fair hearing. We have heard all what they have done, and they've confessed that to retain the integrity of our institution, this will not go like that. They have to be punished, and we promise that the mode of action that we've taken will be shared with the JAM office. And in that regard, again, our center is not an established center in the catchment area where there are very few CBT centers. Thus, we dare for more centers. If our center is closed, then where are we headed? Where are children going for JAM this thing?
A total of 11 CBT centers were identified for infractions by JAM. The House of Representatives Committee on Nutrition and Food Security has commenced a probe into a 1.12 trillion naira spent on the federal government Anchors Borrowers Program ABP. Speaking during the public hearing, Chairman of the committee, Chike Okafor, raised concerns that 24 participating financial institutions who disbursed the amount for the Anchor Borrowers Program, 15 have allegedly failed to provide enough evidence of disbursement to the committee. It is also probing Nigeria's incentive-based risk-sharing system for agricultural lending microfinance bank for 215 billion naira spent on agro-businesses, as well as the Bank of Industry over 3 billion through the Agricultural Value Chain Financing Program. Now let's turn to other stories. Now, Edo State Governor Senator Midday has named retired General Cecil Esekebe as chairman of Livestock Control Committee to end clashes between herders and farmers in the state. Speaking at the inauguration of the 27-man committee, Governor Mebelo tasked the committee to work line with the terms of reference. Governor Mebelo urged the committee to handle the task carefully while the assignment was being carried out. The maritime component of Operation Hardin K responded to an attempted infiltration by suspected Boko Haram terrorists on the naval base Lake Chad, located at Fish Dam Baga in Kukawa local government area of Borno State. Intelligence sources told Zagazola Makama of a counter-insurgency media expert that the terrorists who reportedly stormed the facility around 1 a.m. attempted to sabotage newly acquired Swambuges. Recently, sources said that the attack triggered a heavy gun battle with the naval personnel, with reinforcement arriving from nearby Baga. The exchange of gunfire lasted for over 2 hours before the terrorists retreated. You are watching the live broadcast of Midday News. When Midday News returns, Sudanese government orders reopening of universities in Khartoum. Details coming shortly, plus business and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us.
Do you know that global television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world?
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to watch Global Television real-time from around the world. What are you waiting for?
Start downloading and stay connected to Global Television.